Welcome into Wolves Live, where the Timberwolves take down the Clippers here tonight, 94-88. Joined now by DONTE, DIVINCENZO, and DONTE. Another close game and another opportunity where Anthony Edwards comes up big. How would you describe Anthony Edwards in clutch time?
I mean, that's what, this game was about. It was ugly. Let's keep it within striking distance. And, in clutch time, he's, he wants the big moment. He's going to live with the big moment. And, he comes out on top of that.
You have now knocked down 3 or more triples in 4 straight games. What has you in such a good rhythm from beyond the arc?
Just staying confidence, and just being aggressive. Playing off second, third actions and just being aggressive and letting it fly.
This is a big road trip for you guys. Obviously, 22 games remaining in the Western Conference, standing so tight. 2 wins down, now 1 more game in Denver. How are you collectively viewing the importance of each one of these games?
We just got to win each game. Take game one game at a time. The standings are close. You win one, you can jump a couple slots. You lose one, you can drop. So not too worried about the standings right now, but just trying to focus on each game at a time.
DONTE, appreciate the time. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
We got more coming up on Wolves Live next. Welcome into Wolves Live, presented by Postman Law. The Timberwolves find a way down the stretch, a 1-point game in the final minutes. But it is Anthony Edwards and Minnesota that comes away with a 94-88 victory here tonight. Here's a look at Menard's game summary. Again, and the Timberwolves come away with that 94-88 victory, finding a way down the stretch. A 1-point game in that final minute, but Anthony Edwards coming up clutch here tonight. Hi, everyone. Welcome in courtside here at INTUIT Dome alongside Jim Peterson. I'm Kaylee Griffin. And what a finish for the Timberwolves. Now 2-0 on this road trip after taking down the Clippers here tonight, 94-88. And Jim, we talked about this pregame. We were a little unsure about what this game was going to bring because these are always the type of matchups that the Timberwolves seem to struggle with. But some guy named Anthony Edwards stepped up once again in clutch, most certainly making his case, maybe cementing his case for Clutch Player of the Year.
Yeah, because, Alan Horton was talking about how many shots Ant had missed in the clutch. And so Edwards saved his best for last. 11 points in the fourth quarter. Minnesota had their best scoring quarter as well, too, by the way. They scored 31 points in that fourth quarter and held the LA Clippers to just 20 points. But Ant is exactly what Minnesota needed in the clutch for sure. And so when you look at Minnesota, who else is going to step up in the clutch? And so you just can't go isolation basketball. We've been down this road before in clutch time. So, while Ant has been great, they got to find other guys who can step up and make shots down the stretch.
Yeah, 31 points for Anthony Edwards. 5 players did finish in double figures. DONTE DiVincenzo being the next closest. He finished with 18. And Jim, we talked about him being in rhythm from beyond the arc in our FanDuel picks earlier on the pregame show. Well, once again, he certainly proved to do that here tonight. 4 of 9 from 3. Now 4 straight games knocking down 3 or more triples. Again, DONTE just seems to be in rhythm. He said it's all about confidence when it comes to his shooting. How much confidence are you seeing him getting the ball with?
He's had a tough month of February. He's averaged just over 10 points a game, 10.6 in the month of February coming into this game. And the one thing that's been there for him has been his 3-point shooting. So I think that the consistency is what you're looking for from DONTE as a starting guard in the backcourt with Anthony Edwards. He had a 19-point game last game against Portland. So to have back-to-back games now with efficient shooting is good for DONTE DiVincenzo.
Well, let's hear more now from the winning head coach, Chris Finch. His comments are presented by Treasure Island.
Yeah, it was an ugly game. Super physical. Not the prettiest game to watch for sure. I thought, the key to the game was the unit that was in there, end of the third, beginning of the fourth. So we got a little bit of rhythm. We got some easier looks. Ball kind of moved. We moved a bit more. Thought the first half in particular, after the first few minutes of the game, we spent the entire first half just fighting the game. Playing into a crowd. Playing ISO basketball against a team that was just loading up, wanting us to play ISO basketball, getting off of it too late, not getting it to the other side. And, that cost us an opportunity to get good and clean looks.
Did you see, it feels like DONTE with some gritty plays there in the fourth. Is that kind of the energy you need from him to respond?
He was awesome. He was really our our leading player today. Both sides of the ball, he made big shots. He played with force. He rebounded. He guarded. He got steals. He did everything. And he's got that grittiness to him. And games like this suit him well.
What did you think of the shot that Ant hits at the end?
Yeah, I mean it's an incredible shot. We've seen it all season. He's making those shots at a super high level. And we're lucky to have him on our team.
It was hard to see from our angle. It looked like you had a conversation with him or something towards the end there, like you and Ant talking, and he said, I think on his interview that you told him not to shoot the mid-range, and he said, I want to shoot that shot.
No, I didn't tell him not to shoot the mid-range, so that's not what was said. So.
Hey, Chris.
Hey.
Ant has made it clear that he doesn't want to be the face of the league, but when you have a guy who plays like that and has the type of charisma that he has, is it something that he can even choose?
I don't think there's a single player that's really set out to be the face of the league. It's kind of a new phenomenon that we hear about in the media now. And, I think the league is in a great place. There's a lot of talent. I think Ant is a spectacular, young player who could easily be the face of the league, but I know it's not something that he's like questing after. I think, he certainly has a lot of attributes that, people will draw people to him. But, you got to win at a super high level. And as long as we do that, then he has a chance to be that if that's something, he desires. But I'm not sure that really is.
We have more coming up here on Wolves Live as the Timberwolves come out victorious here at Intuit Dome, taking down the Clippers here tonight, 94-88.
Coming up after post-game coverage in most regions, an encore edition of Golic and Golic. We sat down with Houston head men's basketball coach Kelvin Sampson to talk about his team getting ready for the NCAA tournament. And don't miss Friday's show. We'll continue to break down everything from the NFL Combine. And Carl Ravitch will join us as baseball season is right around the corner. Don't miss it. It's Golic and Golic weekdays here on FanDuel Sports Network.
Wolves Live on FanDuel Sports Network is delivered by Postman Law. Injured in an accident? Others promise. Postman delivers. Welcome back into Intuit Dome, where the Timberwolves take down the Clippers here tonight, 94-88. It took some Anthony Edwards heroics down this stretch. He finished with 31 points, and the Timberwolves find a way, leading by just one in that final minute. Let's take a look at the upcoming schedule. This road trip wraps up in Denver on Sunday, a big matchup with the Denver Nuggets. Coverage starts at 2:30 on ABC. Then the team returns home. Matchups with the Memphis Grizzlies and the Toronto Raptors on deck. That's a road trip we had just a few weeks ago. We went from Memphis to Toronto, and now the Timberwolves will face them back at home. But first, again, a big game on Sunday as they face the Denver Nuggets, looking to make it a perfect 3-0 road trip here this week. That's going to do it for Wolves Live here tonight. The Timberwolves taking down the Clippers here tonight, 94-88. Anthony Edwards doing Anthony Edwards things with 31 points in the victory. For Jim Peterson and our entire crew, I'm Kaylee Griffin. We'll see you back here next week.